In 2014, Steve Kerr was hired to be the head coach of the Golden State Warriors. Kerr had previously seen success in the NBA as the general manager for the Phoenix Suns and obviously as a player, but nobody was sure that this was a move that would work out for the Warriors. After all, Mark Jackson had just taken the Warriors from 23 wins to 51 in a matter of 3 years. Kerr wasn't worried about changing the way the Dubs played either, as he started Draymond Green above 2013 All-Star David Lee in the opening night game. And this change of pace worked out for the Warriors and for Kerr, as the Warriors have gone to 5 straight finals in each year since Kerr started out. Building a superpower in the Bay Area required a change, if only a relatively minimal one. The same year that Kerr started out with Golden State, Dante Exum came into the NBA as a bit of an unknown. As the 4th pick in the draft, he played 81 games and found himself starting for Utah after 41 of them. A decision to start Exum seemed to pay off too, as Utah won 24 and only lost 16 of their final 40 games. Much of this can be attributed from the change from Enes Kanter to Rudy Gobert, but Exum, playing 26 minutes per game and getting the benefit of the doubt from head coach Quinn Snyder, absolutely played a factor in the Jazz late season turnaround. Fans were excited for his upcoming development, and his promise shined bright. That offseason, disaster hit. Exum suffered a torn ACL in his left knee when the Australian team was playing the Slovenian national team in an exhibition match. This began a vicious cycle. Exum would get injured, rehab, get back on the court and healthy, and within the season, Exum would be hit with a season-ending or near-season-ending injury. Most recently, this was a bone bruise, followed, within 3 games, with a torn patellar tendon. Since his rookie year, Exum has not played in more than 24 games in a row. His injury history provides more than reasonable concern for his future. Besides his inability to stay on the court, there's reason to worry about the mental hit these injuries have taken on him. Coach Quinn Snyder's confidence in him seems to have wavered since his rookie season as well, as Exum's gone down in minutes per game and starts since his initial season. After a loss to the Phoenix Suns where he was pulled from the game because of 2 questionable turnovers, he talked to Eric Walden of the Salt Lake Tribune, saying the process of working his way back is frustrating, and noting that he just tries to keep his head up. There remains reason for Exum fans to take his word and keep their heads up as well. After all, Dante is younger than 2019 rookie Grayson Allen, and he is the same age as Pascal Siakam was when he entered the NBA draft, who is the heavy favorite to win Most Improved Player in 2019. More importantly, NBA superstars are often born off of a single elite skill, and then grow off of that skill into a fully rounded player. Just look at Kevin Durant's length with his ability to score, Giannis Antetokounmpo's ability to penetrate NBA defenses, Steph Curry's insane shooting, or Kawhi Leonard's elite one-on-one defense. Exum can already claim 2 elite abilities on an NBA court, as he is able to get to the rim at will, and he's one of the NBA's best isolation defenders. Siakam's and Giannis Antetokounmpo's incredible seasons in 2019 should give fans hope, as creation is more valuable than ever. It opens up the court for bigs like Gobert when help defense comes to assist on a man who's been beat, and it collapses the rest of the defense, opening up shooters. If the shooters on court are enough of a threat, it can allow players like Exum, Siakam, Harden, or Giannis an opportunity to finish at the rim without being bothered and forced to gather. Just watch the defense collapse here as Exum drives, enabling him to find a wide open shooter. Or watch here as Exum beats his man even after his defender goes under on the screen. Look at how all of the eyes are on him. Exum finds Gobert on an easy alley-oop after the big commits. Exum's development has not gone unnoticed to the trained eye. He began his career as a spot-up shooter and has developed into more of a creator as his natural skill set would dictate. His scorer profile shows this growth, and you can see that his best year in 2018 was when he fully committed to the role you see Ben Simmons or Giannis Antetokounmpo in, as a skill big. Exum is an expert at this too. He finishes in the 96th percentile among all guards in percentage of 2-point attempts at the rim. As already noted, Exum has already made an impact in the NBA defensively. Nearly every star guard's averages fall when defended by Exum. Here's how 5 of those guards fall in efficiency. Each of them fall below a 50 true shooting percentage when defended by Dante. His length combined with his quickness allows Dante to stop one-on-one transition opportunities, and when he gets beat, his long arms stop offensive players from getting up any good looks. Look at the luxury Exum provides for Derek Favors. Mike Conley tries but fails at beating Dante off the dribble, and Favors is allowed to stay on Jaren Jackson Jr. through the whole defensive possession. And watch as Exum goes toe-to-toe with James Harden, who's possibly the best isolation player in the history of the NBA. Exum gives no room, keeps his hands up, and forces an awful fadeaway look. In 2014, the Warriors made 2 simple changes, one to their coaching staff and another to start Draymond Green. This saw them becoming the greatest NBA team we've seen since Michael Jordan's Bulls, if not of all time. Likewise, there's a simple change Exum needs to make to his game to reinvent himself. Dante is not a point guard. He's a creator, and if he takes notes from a player like Joe Ingles or Royce O'Neal, he could become an elite advantage player. But he is not a player you should rely on to open half-court possessions or orchestrate an offense, something that a player like Ricky Rubio has made his career off of. There's room for him to be a player to open a possession by beating the defense with either a screen or isolation possession, but he is not one to be relied on to make elite reads of the defense, just simple lobs and kicks. He's got an elite first step and is great in the open floor. He's able to get to the basket at will, and from there is rather good at reaching the free throw line. With a semblance of a shot, as we've seen with Pascal Siakam, he can pull defenses from collapsing on players like Donovan Mitchell on their drives. Of course there's reason to be concerned with his injury history and his minutes per game sinking, but is that enough to give up on Exum? He has elite skills and potential to develop into one of the better players in the NBA, especially with the position change. But is that enough to hold on to his contract that is paying him nearly 1/10 of the Jazz's salary cap per year? With all of this considered, where do you think Utah should go from here? Go ahead and leave a comment below.